cold game. First round draft pick.
Welcome back to another episode of Cold Game. I'm your host, Isaiah Dotson. I'm here with my co-host, Mykelti Williams. And tonight on Cold Game, we got a legend in the building. A straight-up dog. A baller from day one. A leader. A killer on defense. And one of the Indy's finest. This man's story starts at the legendary Warren Central, where he was racking up accolades like it was nothing. All-State, All-Metro, USA Today, All-USA, and Indy Star Super Team Player of the Year. 85 tackles, 7 picks, and still found time to run for 400 yards and 8 touchdowns. This dude was a problem. The dominance earned him a scholarship at Notre Dame. Then he took the JUCO route, and he was killing it at Iowa Western. 106 tackles, 4 forced fumbles, 4 picks, and All-American honors. But it was at NIU where he really left his mark. Second team All-MAC, team MVP, and one of 4 permanent captains. He held it down on the back end of that defense, but he stepped up when them linebackers went down, and he led with heart. 88 tackles in the season, multiple games with double-digit stops, and countless game-changing plays. But he's not just a player. He's a thinker, a leader, in the presence, a business major, psych minor, and forever repping that 317. Well, let's get straight into it. This ain't just another guess. This is the one, the only, Mykelti Williams.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Hey, some people you got to clap for them, man. When they walk around, you got to clap for them.
I appreciate that, man. Real talk, man. I appreciate that, man. I'm glad to be here.
For sure, man. We happy to have you on, man. We're going to get straight into it, man. I want to know, this take me through your earliest memories, your childhood, man. What was that like for you?
Man, growing up on the east side, man, if you grew up on the east side, then you kind of understand, you know what I'm saying? Like just being in the environment that we grew up in and just being around the people that I was able to be around and the people I was able to see and look up to, man, it's played a major role in, you know what I'm saying, where I am today.
Yeah, for sure. You know, I didn't see you since you was a puppy, man. I know you're a big dog now, but you know, I seen you as a puppy, man. He used to be I don't know if he was a ball boy or if he was just out there. I don't know, but when I went on my run back in the day, back in 06, 2010, Kevin was out there on the sideline. Just a young guy, probably ain't nothing but 8, 9 years old. So
soaking it all in, man.
Soaking it all in.
Soaking it all in, man, to be able to go out there and just translate what I seen, you know what I'm saying? Pretty much copy and paste, but it was just the same old, you know what I'm saying? It was the standard was already established, you feel me?
Definitely the standard already established. So this is my thing. Even as we was a tight-knit family. So as a varsity player, after, Saturday, whatever, if you was playing JV or if you was, at film Saturday, the youth league games is right there. Yep. So, we already knew about you, you know what I'm saying? Why you was in youth league. So tell me about how that transcended into your phenomenal high school career. We ain't even got on college yet. We're going to talk about how did that transcend into that high school career?
I think it really started with just the style of football I was able to see early on, like when I was young, you know what I'm saying? Just the great players that I seen play, the great games that I was able to watch and see at an early age, and just being able to really just have a strong foundation set in and just know that I got to continue to put in work. I got to continue to, even though I'm probably bigger than and stronger than some of these kids at a younger age, I still got to continue to put in the work. And you know what I'm saying? It's still develop my game in order to be, you know what I'm saying, better than anybody in my age group or even older than me. You know what I'm saying? So I'm good that I have to develop early. You know what I'm saying? Just because I seen like football played at a high level at a young age.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely. I mean, you was over there at Warren Killing, man. What was it like being that top guy over there?
I mean, to be honest, I wouldn't even. It was a great feeling. But I feel like I said, like that was just the standard. I wouldn't even look at myself as top guys because we had a bunch of top guys. You know what I'm saying? But I just so happened to be that guy. No, that's just what it was. You know, that's just what it was. When it was time, I came through and I made it happen.
Definitely that guy. But from just seeing you as a youngster, and then growing into an adult. Um, it's something that and I haven't seen you in so long, but something I know that's always going on. You always getting it in, man. You always working out. You always are keeping your body in shape. But that's what kind of separated you, in my opinion. Even when I was coaching and you was playing, and nobody outworked you. You know what I'm saying? And I'll put that nobody outworked you. You know, so you in the gym at 5 a.m. doing hurdles, ladders, sprints, stretching, whatever. You in the weight room after practice, just things like that. Where did you get that drive, man? Where did you get that, will to, because working out's not easy. I just left the gym and I'm I'm about to go to sleep. But you sometimes I see you talking about 2 a days, you know what I'm saying? And you a grown man now. You ain't got to do no 2 a days, you know what I mean? But where do you get that drive from?
Honestly, I would say my parents. I would say my older brother. Honestly, that's really where I got my drive from. I seen them go. You know what I'm saying? And it was just a solid foundation that we had built, and it was just what I seen and what I knew. You know what I'm saying? So it's just having that work mentality every single day, being consistent, being that same guy every single day. Is just what drives me, and I have a standard. Like I said before, it was a standard within the game of football, but now it's a standard within my life. You know what I'm saying? Except for myself and hold myself too. So,
thanks.
That's good. That's good. So, so you committed to Notre Dame out of high school. Just take me through your recruitment, and what was it like being at Notre Dame and your journey afterwards?
Notre Dame was a good experience, man. It was I can't say it was a bad one, but it's different than from where we from, and just adapting and just being in that type of environment I think it was challenging early on for me, just adapting and being in that environment in South Bend. But I learned from it, and I was able to grow by going to JUCO and becoming a better player. And even like I would say, the craziest thing that happened to me in my recruitment, man, I never even talked about this, was after I committed to Notre Dame. Right, I'm leaving my official visit. I just committed or whatever, and I get a call like the day, like they was holding out on me so bad. They came, like it was in the city Big Ten championship, came, sat on my couch and was like, you know what, we gonna offer you this and that, blah blah blah, whatever. They never did until Notre Dame offered me and I committed. So I'm on the way back from South Bend and I get a call and they like, Ohio State, like, yeah, we offering you, take a visit. And I'm like, I just committed, I just signed, so I can't really, come on now, I'm not about to, so it was crazy. But now that I think about it, I wish I would have took that official visit to Ohio State, because that's really where I wanted to go for real. Like, I really wanted to go to Ohio State. That's really where my heart was. Like,
that's crazy, because that's like the standard now. People, kids are committing, and then they getting offered these visits from big time schools. It's like, it's hard to turn down.
You can't, man. I don't know why I turned that one down. I should have just took my official there and seen what it was like. But it was crazy because I got the call. I'm like, okay, I just got offered by Ohio State, whatever. Not even 5 minutes later, Brian Kelly called me like, if you take your visit, we pulling your offer. We taking your offer.
Man.
When I go to Ohio State, and it's just gonna be sweet. So I'm like,
right.
That's
Man,
I already gave y'all my word, so it is what it is.
yeah, that's a man of your word for sure.
Yeah.
Hey, lucky NIL was back then. I know. Hey,
Oh my God.
yesterday price is not today's price.
Right. Hey, the prices went up, Kelly. Hey, the price just went up.
Yeah.
To
But
redo
nah,
the papers.
that was a crazy experience, man. It's just in my recruitment, I would say, it's just how that all played out. But I was glad it played out in the way it did, though.
Kelp, man, I know you said you went the JUCO route. So did I. I ended up, at JUCO. I went to Dean College.
Okay.
That's out on the East Coast. During my time at Dean College,
Yeah.
we was undefeated our first year.
Okay.
And I think we was like 13, 14-0 and ran through the conference.
Right.
And then they told us, it came time for that bowl game.
Right.
I said, well, where we going?
Right.
They said, we getting invited to the Graphic Edge Bowl in Iowa.
Right.
I said, who we playing?
Yeah.
They said, y'all playing Iowa Western. I said, oh yeah. I said, okay. We down there. This is back in 2011.
Right.
So we get to the Graphic Edge Bowl. Mind you, our team at Dean College, we was full of kids from up and down the East Coast, Georgia, Florida.
Right.
I'm from that. I'm really feeling myself. I'm like, hey, we got some dogs.
Right.
So we went out there to that Graphic Edge Bowl, man. Got done up by them boys out there. I never knew.
Hey,
over there.
It's the same thing though. Just like how you mentioned, like it's just dogs. They got dogs from different, like you know what I'm saying, Florida, Georgia, Nat. You know what I'm saying, like just different areas, and they was just I knew nothing about Iowa Western until. You know what I'm saying? Like after leaving Notre Dame, like that was just the route I had to take, which is crazy.
How was your time over there, dude? How was your experience?
Man, it was an experience. It was an experience, dog. Like that's all I can really say. You know what I'm saying? Like it was an experience, and you gonna see if you really love football for real. Going to a JUCO, you know what I'm saying? Because it's not what you. Yeah, I mean it was definitely an experience though. Just coming from Notre Dame, going to a JUCO, definitely humbling for sure.
Yeah, because I went to JUCO to make me realize I don't think I really like football as much. You know what I'm saying? I don't know how, I promised me when I got down here. I said I was gonna be that guy. Y'all got me in here running laps and doing. I'm like,
right.
I'm not doing that.
Yeah, that ain't it.
Yeah, that's not it.
It was cool though, man. I got a lot of people that I know and a lot of connections that I know just from meeting people in JUCO or just meeting from all my schools, honestly, So
absolutely. So from transition from JUCO, you enter NIU.
Yeah.
So you're in there, the team captain. You did your thing there. I used to love. I was randomly at a B-Dubs or something here in the city, and I just looked up at the TV. I said, "Oh, there goes Mykelti." So I'm locked in. I'm telling the server who you are and everything else. So tell me about that time at NIU. What that meant to you, and just what was up there.
Man, NIU was it was crazy, man. I kind of want to elaborate on the story of how I got there.
Okay.
So, like, just going through my recruitment process after leaving JUCO, I was originally committed to Syracuse out of JUCO. And pretty much Notre Dame got wind because they played them the next year. They got wind that I was committed to Syracuse. I took my official, did all that stuff, whatever. And basically, they told them that I couldn't, they wouldn't accept me into school. Basically, like, you can't take them because we play y'all the next year, which is crazy. Yes, which is crazy. So they played them the next year, and he was like, basically, no, he can't come there. And the head coach was telling me this. He telling me and my mom, like, he called me after signing day. I signed with him and everything. You can look it up. Signed with him and everything, and then like basically said I couldn't come there after signing day. So basically, I'm scrambling. I'm like, man, what, like, where am I about to go to school at right now? Because I thought I was committed to Syracuse. So now I got to figure out a move. So he make a call for me, and I make my way up to NIU, and I take a visit, and the head coach from Syracuse made a call to the head coach at NIU, and I took a visit up there, and then basically got me into school and was like, you good here. You know what I'm saying? They gave me an opportunity. You know what I'm saying? So it was just, it was first of all, being at NIU was a blessing, and I was able to learn so much just through that time and just grow as a man and just as a player. Um, it was a great school to go to, honestly, man. I enjoyed my time there, and Northern Illinois it's a different place, and it's like 45 minutes hour from Chicago, so it's a nice time, man. You gotta, if you never made your way out there, you should.
How you feel seeing NIU put that whooping on Notre Dame this year?
Yeah, that's what. Yeah,
That was personal. It
Yeah.
felt good. That was because to be quite honest, like it's just like it's the same type of dogs, but it's just like NIU just not on TV every week. You know what I'm saying? I feel like it was the same. It was the same thing, and it was just a lot of dogs. And I don't think I say year in and year out, NIU could probably play with Notre Dame if I'm being 100% honest. That's just what I believe, and what I know how NIU is. You know what I'm saying? So I just felt like they could line it up with them, and it'd be fine every year.
obviously, yeah, I don't disagree. Obviously, because they last month this year and whacked real good, so
Yeah,
it's kind of fake. Okay, you can go ahead, Cass.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say, man, football aside, man, how do you stay grounded off the field? Just balancing school, balancing the pressure and the expectations. Just you being Indy Superstar Player of the Year, you going to Notre Dame, you just being a highly recognized figure, athlete from the city, and just in football in general. How do you balance it? How do you balance it all?
Uh, honestly, man, I stick to what I like doing. I stick to things I like to do, man. I stay balanced. I stay grounded by um sticking with people that was already there with me. You know what I'm saying? I stay grounded by you know doing things I love to do, which is learn. I love reading. I love learning new things. I love networking with people. You know what I'm saying? So that's just really, how I stay grounded.
You can tell, man. You studied business, you study psychology. What led you to those paths, and how does it connect with what you're doing right now?
Honestly, man, I think studying business and doing those things it was nice, but I think now just getting the life experience and going through life as I am now is been able to just combine the two. It's been nice. It's been good. As far as like what I've learned from like studying business and in school and stuff like that, it's just I would say being a jack of all trades, um, not putting myself in a box, being able to do multiple things, and I think that's helped me as the person I am today.
Yeah, we that's good that you had the morals and that background that you could stand on. So we just in big news, we just seen a kid from LSU, Kyron Lacey, dealing with that mental health and stuff like that, and you know a tragic story. But what would be your advice to these young kids, these young athletes going through this process? Because you know it so well, and what advice do you have for them about the process and about their mental health and keeping their mind right and mind clear?
Um, I think it starts with first knowing that you got people in your corner, you got people that believe in you, and whether you know it or not, I think you never know who's a call away. You know what I'm saying? It's people that is really a call away for you, and I think that um, any decision you make, take your time with it. Don't rush into any decisions, and really think about what you're doing. I think that's really important. I think ask people that's been there. Ask people that have done it before and done it at a high level. I think it's having that information, being able to take information and learn and do all the things that you need to do on and off the field and on it and just in life in general is just important. And so I think just focusing on the right things as far as your life, not just football, not just sports. I think it's important to make sure that you just following the right people.
For sure.
That's powerful.
I got
Go
one
ahead,
more.
cuz.
I got one more. I know you said it's just sports and it's just football, man, but as we all know, we are from the same area. That's one thing that we could stick hope. We could hope brass firm too. We always knew how to play football at the end of the day. So as far as that being said, you got a reputation for making huge plays. You know what I'm saying? I remember the 2013 state championship game. It was, if my memory serves me right, man, you came from one hash to the other hash, man, and caught a pick. Was that the state championship game?
It was.
I mean, you got so many plays I got in my head that I could talk about. But to you, what's your biggest play and why? Well, let me see. Just say what's your biggest moment. I don't say your best play, your biggest moment in your career and why.
I think the biggest moment I would say, shoot, that's tough.
Or the moment that you're most proud of.
I would say that 2013 state championship. I mean, I think nothing. I mean, nothing really beats that feeling.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, there's no. I mean, it's a different feeling, man. Like just getting that, state championship 2013 and just sealing that deal like that. I think it was just. You can't go out no better way than that, and it was a good feeling. You know what I'm saying? My junior year to send the seniors off like that because like it was just like I had a strong connection with them dudes, and it's just like it's a good feeling to send them people out like that. You know what I'm saying? Just the right way. So
a crazy fact about that team: every team that y'all lost to in the regular season was the teams that y'all beat on your way to that state. Like, you know what I'm saying? I think we lost to who did we lose to that year? We lost to Carmel, beat Carmel in the state championship. We lost to Center Grove, beat them in the regional. We lost to I think Pike or something like that. Then we beat Pike beat them. Beat them in the sectional. So that was a crazy run for sure.
And I think we had so many dogs just overall on that team. I just felt like at the end of the day, we had guys at each position, you know what I'm saying, across the board. I felt like, in my opinion, now different level of caliber, but we had guys at each position, you know what I'm saying, that can go out there and get it done.
For sure.
I think that was just, why we won state that year. And we had the right guys coaching us too in position like this, you know what I'm saying, to make that happen. So yeah.
For sure.
Kelt, man, let me ask you this. Who were some of the people in your life that kept you locked in and motivated through your ups and downs?
Man, quite honestly, I would say my mom. My mom. She would, I mean, it's just, she was my brother. I mean, just my three people, you know what I'm saying? My brother, my mom, and my pops for sure. Like they definitely kept me grounded. You know what I'm saying? Like it's just, they were the people that, you know what I'm saying, was there for me with me through it all. I felt like, you know what I'm saying, they seen everything that went on with my life, you know what I'm saying, that's going on in my life. You know what I'm saying? So it's just that I feel like those three kept me grounded, locked in on what I need to do, just setting high goals and just, going to get what I want in life and just, being a great human being.
All right. What's next for you, Kel? Like what you on nowadays? Talk to us. Like, I mean, drop some gems on us. What you got going on in your life?
Yes, so man. So I'm putting right now. I still got the same it's the same mentality like with football and life, man. So right now, man, I'm working on a few different things, man. I dispatch trucks right now. So like if you got a 53 footer reefer truck, drive in, straight trucks, anything you do like with trucks, you know what I'm saying? I do a little bit of that. And honestly, I'm putting together a team to do like renovations and stuff like that on cribs. So I'm putting together a team with like HVAC, plumbing, roofing, all that type of stuff. So I'm putting together a nice little team right now, man, that I can't wait to, put it all together and see how it unfolds. But I got a couple of things on my sleeve that I'm working on, man, and it's in the works. So yeah, man, I'm just taking the same approach that I had just, on the field and implementing it to my life, just outworking people, you know what I'm saying, and putting the time in that don't nobody want to put in, doing the ugly stuff, you know what I'm saying. So it's just, the same mentality and just outworking people and doing the things that people don't want to do and having a different level of discipline for real.
Always for sure.
That's two energy. That's two things and two ways that that people are making a living. That I don't see going away anytime soon. That trucking game,
man,
and then also that real estate game.
Not going anywhere. It's always gonna be here. We always gonna need it. You know what I mean? It's always gonna be here, and it's always gonna be here. And honestly, man, I'm really nice with the computers too. Honestly, learning coding and stuff like that, doing stuff like that, man. So yeah.
All right, Kel, we got something fun we like to do towards the end of every show.
Okay.
It's called One Cold Minute. I'm gonna fire 10 questions at you. You got 10 seconds to answer.
Yeah.
Just let me know when you're ready.
I'm ready.
Malcolm, you set the timer on that?
Guys, I'm ready, guys.
All right. Well, let's get straight into it. All right. Let me know when it's all set, cuz. Hit that timer. It's a go. All right, we're gonna get straight into it. All right. Who's the toughest player you ever had to tackle?
Ooh, Rashad Penny.
Okay. If you could suit up for one NFL team today, who would it be?
Ravens.
What's one drill you hated in practice?
College, it was patterns.
All right. Warren, Notre Dame, Iowa Western, NIU. Who had the toughest workouts?
Ooh. NIU. Yeah.
What they had you over there doing?
Man, honestly, I say my senior year, that was I think that was the best shape I was in my entire life, my entire career. That was the best shape I was ever in. We had got a whole new strength and conditioning staff. Man, we was doing so much running. It was crazy. And so when we got in the game, it was just I felt the difference. You know what I'm saying? So I would have been running like that the entire time. So if I could tell kids one thing, make sure you in great shape. You need to be running and stretching a lot.
Okay. Who's your favorite coach you ever played for?
Favorite coach. What's my guy name, man? Oh, how shout out Coach Yelk at NIU. My junior year, Coach Yelk, NIU favorite coach. That's probably the best, like technician wise, DB wise.
Okay, if you could relive one game from your career, which one would it be?
Man, BD my senior year. My senior year, regionals. Right before semi-state, I relive that game. I want that. I want that one back.
Yeah.
If I could tell you, if I could have one game, just go redo that one for sure.
Okay. Who was your biggest football inspiration growing up?
Early, probably my brother. My brother was the dog. He was just
Facts.
cold. He was cold. He was nice. You know what I'm saying? So I would say just seeing how nice he was naturally just made me want to, you know what I mean? He was probably and it was just at the career. You know what I'm saying?
Okay. A better feeling, laying a big hit or getting a pick?
Ain't nothing like getting the ball. You get that. You gotta get the ball. Get the ball, man. Ain't nothing like getting your hands on the ball. I mean, granted, I was on offense too, but ain't nothing like getting a pick. Like
I know you looking to take that book to the crib too every time. Ain't no going down. Ain't no step up and slide. Kill this mess sliding. He's going to that end zone.
Instincts kick in.
You doing a dance regardless you get that end zone or not? I'm trying to. Okay. What's one thing you had to do always before a game?
I always pray, man. Before a game, just go out there, clear mind, grounded.
Okay. If they made a movie about your life, who playing you?
And Denzel.
Oh, man.
He gonna be the star player, and then he gonna turn into the coach off of Remember the Titans. You know what I'm saying? It's just he could take it any way. You know what I mean? Real talk. So I think, I would say Denzel, man.
That's facts. Yeah,
that's dope. That's dope. Man, Mykelti, man, I appreciate your time. Man, this was a great conversation. If you watching this, you haven't already, make sure you give Mykelti a follow on IG. He has his username right on the screen. Any last minute buzzer beaters you got for him, cuz?
I thought that was classic, man. I thought the Denzel move was classic, man. Ain't nothing smoother than that, Count.
Yeah.
What would the name of the movie be?
What
would the name of that movie be?
What would the name of the movie be?
Mm-hmm.
Man, that's a good one. The name of that movie would probably be The Greatest of All Time. The Greatest of All Time, man. I think it would be The Greatest of All Time.
That's cold game.
I think it would be The Greatest of All Time, man. I think it would be probably one of the best to do it. I think, you know what I'm saying? I think that's just what it would be called, and that's just really how I feel, man. That's just what it is.
I love it.
I love it.
Cold game.
Cold game.
Yeah.
Cold game. First round draft pick.